Welcome into another episode of Power Four Picks. Big episode today for me. My boys in blue back in action. We have Michigan versus Texas in the Citrus Bowl. This is played in Orlando, Florida. Obviously, the big news here is Sharon Moore canned and maybe in jail. We don't really know what's up with him. Michigan did hire Utah's coach. So very exciting time there. He obviously is with the program, but not coaching the program. Biff Poggi will be the interim head coach. He's had some choice words. I haven't been a huge fan of Biff recently. He seems like he's trying to burn the program to the ground as well, which doesn't make sense. But anyways, that's the scenario. And Michigan opened as a 4.5 point dog. After Sharon Moore got fired and threatened to kill himself, they moved to they moved to a 7.5 point dog. And I'll tell you guys right now, Sharon Moore not being the head coach should move the line in the opposite direction. Should not make him more of a dog, should make him more of a favorite. Obviously, there's some, with the coaching change and a coaching regime change, you're going to get some opt outs and some guys transferring and whatnot. So that's also maybe a reason for the line movement. I am seeing, I think, Barham's out, their DN's out. I think a couple potential opt outs in corner. I don't know. I don't think it's as much opt outs as you would think. And Biff also just came out. He says that a lot more people are traveling than he thought were going to. And I think that's because of the new hire of the really what I think is a good coach in the Utah coach here. So you already know where this is going. I don't have a whole lot on Texas. Texas really solid team. I think they deserve to be in the college football playoff. They're right up there. They would handle with the best, and I do think they're the better team than Michigan. But yeah, I mean, I don't think 3.5 or 3 points of line movement because Stromore got fired is enough to for me to take Texas here. So I got to take my boys in blue. Again, I'm extremely biased, so definitely take my take with a grain of salt. But I'm going to take my boys in blue, Michigan +7 in this game. I think they can keep it close. And also Michigan's last couple well, I guess last year, their bowl game against Bama, I thought they had no business winning that game. They also had a shitload of guys opting out, and they win that game outright. So it happens before. Obviously, the coaching change and is a little bit different dynamic. But I'm still going to go with Michigan. Ethan, what do you got? Michigan, Texas.
Yeah, not much for me, so I'll keep it short. But you obviously ran through Michigan's last month or so, and for that reason, I'm gonna have to lean Texas. There's been so much going on with Michigan. I do think it's a positive that they did make their coaching hire before this game. Give some of these players some hope moving forward, or at least some direction. Now they know, do we want to stay and play for him, or should I look elsewhere? So I think that does tie up a lot of loose ends there for Michigan, which is a positive. But I think Texas, yeah, I mean, they're probably a top 12 team right now in college football. Didn't make the playoff because they did have those 3 losses. Really kind of struggled early in the season and really all throughout the season. But, I could see them being disappointed not being in the playoffs. But I think Sarkisian's last ditch effort was exactly that. I think, he was just kind of making his opinion felt, but didn't really necessarily think that they would let them into the playoff there. So I don't know if he necessarily, is surprised that they didn't make it into the college football playoff, but I think they come out. I think they were playing better football down the stretch than what Michigan was. Michigan did have the game against Ohio State, which is always, kind of a Super Bowl type game for those two teams. They end up losing that one. And I think just with all the crap going on with Michigan and Sharon and everything, I think they're maybe just ready to get to next year, where I think Texas is kind of wanting to put a stamp on their season, maybe stick it to the committee again and, get a big win against Michigan and maybe, jab back, say, yeah, we should have been in the playoffs. So I'm going to lean with Texas here, minus the points, but just so much going on, honestly, with both teams, that it's a very tough game for me to see myself putting money on when it's all said and done.
Yeah, it is tough. And I will say the 3 games that Michigan's lost have been to 3 superior teams, and they haven't even been close. So Texas is a superior team. I'm not going to lie about that. So that does scare me a little bit. But, maybe with, I don't know, maybe attitudes change and maybe they're more optimistic with the coaching change and stuff. But yeah, I can't bet against my boys. You already knew where that was coming. But excited to watch the Michigan back in action and excited to talk about some more bowl games and playoff games. So make sure you do follow along over on our page where we break down every single bowl game and playoff game of the season. But until then, guys, we'll see you in our next episode.
Welcome to Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? Listen in and cash out, that's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top, hey. Shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast, Better Win Green.